Hey guys, we're here again with
Justin.
And what did you just do?
I got top 16 at the UDS, and I got this really sick glow in the dark matte. So, it's pretty nice. And also, you get a top cut pin. That's pretty cool. All in all, the UDS is a very hyper competitive event. If some of you guys don't know, and you can only get in by having some points, but it's really competitive because it's less number of players, but such a higher number of rounds that it's really competitive to make the top cut for it. So yeah, finished X22 after Swiss, which is 922, and the lowest record that topped was X31. So I did a little higher than the lowest one, but yeah, got 13th after Swiss and lost at 16 to Sky Strikers in time. Anyway, so the deck I played Salamangreats. I know you guys like when I play Alter guys, but for this event I was more fairing of the Salamangreat matchup because by the time you get to a late game, they play with a second hand essentially, which is their graveyard, because all their cards can just replenish themselves. Whereas when you're playing Alter guys, when you run out your trap cards and you're relying on trying to rebuild your board, you don't have that second hand ability. But then your Sky Striker matchup is still really well done. So it's kind of like a weird triangle, I guess. Anyway, so to start the deck, I played a 2 debug, and the reason I only played 2 debug is because I played Buffalo. I think this card is only good if you play artifacts in your main, which, spoiler alert, I did. Otherwise, I would just do 3 debug, because this card by itself is combo, which is really good, but this was only good just to dig for Sanctum. So I did 2-2 because of that reason. Then I did 3 of the best monster in the deck as well. 3 Spinny, combo starter with that, and then 2 Foxy because I put the Buffalo in, and yeah, there's only 2 needed. Then for other monsters, Falco, this card's really, really good because you get to reset your stuff, and also it facilitates rank 4 plays with Jaguar. One of the cards I wish I kind of played was Foul, yeah, because Foul has a weird wording in TCG where you can special summon it from your hand if your opponent also summons a monster, because it says when a Salamangreat monster is summoned, it was mistranslated. And also, you can use the second effect multiple times to lock back row. So that's the only other card I'll probably play in the deck that I really, really like. Mirror is another one, but Mirror doesn't come that much because Ogre's not popular right now. It's only good if you get Ogre in your debug, which I only play 2 of now. So the other one I'll play would be Foul. So that was it for the Salamangreat lineup. Then for hand traps, I played 3 Ash and then 3 Phantasmic, because this card's really good in the mirror. Generally, you should be ashing this card in the mirror because you can just add back the ash afterwards and then turn it off next turn. But this is how you have an edge versus Sky Strikers. If you drop this, you're generally winning the game versus Sky Strikers. And I played 3 Impermanents as well. So that's it for the monster line. I played 3 Circle. Only 2 Will. I would play 3, but space is an issue. 1 Sanctuary and 1 Fusion of Fire. So that's it for spells. Then I played 1 Scythe because I played 3 Sanctum, and also 3 more Sanctum in the form of a Trap Trick. If you play this, you basically win in the mirror. But the reason why, people might not like in the main, but the reason why it's good in the main is that if you can lock through their board with Fusion of Fire game 1, and then you Sanctum them, they can't really replenish their board, and it helps the mirror a lot when you go second. It's like Zoo, right? You go second in Zoo mirror and you debarrier, you still get another turn to rebuild your game state against them. So that's why in theory this was really good. And if you win the roll, which I didn't win a lot of them, but if you go first with the die roll versus Danger Thunders or any of the deck that aside from Sky Striker, really, you have an edge because you can turn off their turn essentially with just Scythe. So that's why this package was really good, and I'll made this because of that reason. And then 3 Impermanents, 2 Rage because it's a trap trick target, and it's really good versus decks. It's almost anything except I don't know. I just like it a lot because you can trap trick for it if you have Sanctum and then blow through 2 cards. And then if you have a Falco, you reset it and just do it again. So it's a really good card. So I played 2 because trap trick target, and then 1 Roar because I didn't play Desire, so I didn't think I needed 1 Roar. So that's it for the main deck. It was 40 cards. So this build, as you guys may have kind of looked into, is very similar to Raphael Neven's build from top 16 at YCS Dusseldorf. The only thing he was playing 42 cards, I trimmed it to 40. But I agreed before the event, I was playing the artifacts already in the site, and Marcus and I agreed that we should play in the main. And then he topped the YCS with them. We realized okay, yeah, we definitely should be playing it in the main. And the logic was not a lot of people were going to do it because he didn't win the event, which was correct. Only like one other guy I played was doing it as well. So this is like always like I won every single mirror match I played because of how this main is built. I played like 5 of them. Alright, so now for the extra deck I played 3 Baelings. I see a lot of people playing 2, but 3 is really good because it comes up a lot when you just need a grind back for resources. So definitely play 3. 3 Wolf, best card in the deck. 2 Heat Leo, obvious reasons. Phoenix, Fire, Hida is nice in the mirror. Take their stuff if you don't have way to Gazelle. Also, like, it lets you push through Baguska. Because you make my favorite card of the extra deck that barely anybody plays, Ningirsu. I don't know why people don't play this card, but if you get Baguska, you get, like, Hida for, like, the Link one in the mirror. Make Ningirsu clear the Baguska. If you get Phantasmade, this outs Phantasmade because he's bigger, so it's better than Unicorn because it outs Phantasmade. And you can, like, send off a card and then send Phantasmade to the graveyard. Versus Thunder Dragons, you can make this with 4 Stalio, clear one of the Thunder monsters, and it's easier actually to make than Borreload is because Hida and a Link 1 makes this, whereas Borreload you need like 3 monsters. So this card's just generically better in my opinion. And you don't need to play Update Jammer, so just 1 spot. So the reason why that's relevant is because I played 1 Dweller, 1 Stalio. If you ever need more than 1 Stalio, then you're playing with training wheels. That's what I say with the deck. I think you only need 1 Stalio if you manage your resources well enough. You could just keep recycling it. It doesn't come up too much. But I played this card because I always want my Tornado Giant because I always want my Scythe to resolve. So if I ever draw a Scythe, I can just pop it, and it's really good. I get that I can Rage it too, but this is a searchable way to do it. If I just open like Spinny Gazelle Scythe, I can always Scythe them. And this card's just really good versus like back row decks like Guru. And then the 1 Violet Chimera because of Fusion of Fire in the mirror. So that was it for the extra deck. Now the side deck, 3 Veiler. Before we were doing 3 Veiler when we were citing the artifacts, because this card is just generally good against the format. But the issue is since we're playing the artifacts in the main, there's a lot of room for Veiler right now. But this is a really strong card. I think it's one of the top 3 hand traps.
You should explain why we played Imperm over it.
Oh yeah, so Impermanence is better than Veiler because you can trap trick for Impermanence too. And so, like, say you're playing against Sky Strikers and they have a roll, and they summon a dude, you can trap trick, put the Impermanence in front of the roll, negate the Kagari that they have, and turn off the roll. And I get that it conflicts a little bit with Phantasme, but the thing is, like, if you open Phantasme and Impermanence, you're generally going to Impermanence first, then Phantasme. But the only exception is when you draw the 2 cards, obviously, which is so minute because it's like you have to like math it out versus like 5 to 7 cards now, and those 2 cards out of the 7, and you didn't open Imperm in your 5, those 2 cards, one of those cards has to be Imperm. So it's like so negligible that Imperm was just generically better because of trap trick to main. But this card was still, I wanted it in my list because I thought it was better than Droll. 3 Pancreas because it's generically good removal. 1 Paro because you guys should just read what Paro does. 1 Super Polymerization because it's unhealthy, but you need it for the mirror match. Only 2 Twin Twisters because I played some other cards. Only 2 Call by the Grave because I had to find room for other cards. I only played 2, but this is for like when you're going first, you always resolve your Sanctums because they would try to Ash and you could just call, save it. It's really good versus Strikers, really good in the mirror. This is just a really strong card right now. And then I cited 3 Red Reboot. This card is really good because when you get Sanctum, you can reboot it. So their only out is to have Roar and Sanctum, and then when you play against decks, like once decks, the 2 matchups that this deck really struggles against are Guru and True Draco, and this deals with it a lot. Also versus Altergeist, it increases your win rate versus them if you lose the roll, because generally when you lose a roll versus Altergeist, you're going to lose the game 1. So this is really good. So I just wanted like more coverage for everything, and that's why I liked this card in here. So aside from that, the only thing, as I said, that I would probably change with the deck is just find a room for a foul. Other than that, the deck performed really phenomenally. Marcus day-two'd with the same list, unfortunately. He bricked a couple more times than I did, and due to variance, he got paired up against bad things and lost out in day 2. It's pretty bad. But, yeah, other than that, I think this deck was really well built. And, yeah, I would not change a thing.
Do you have any shout-outs?
Yes, I'd like to shout out to my sponsor, MetaMats, David. I know this is tight, but just look at the MetaMats part, right? Great sponsor. Shout out to Marcus and Bella, because I wouldn't be here. Oh, yeah, they were just so nice to me that they bought my plane ticket here. to Vegas. Shout out to Trey and his birthday gift to me for giving me the hotel. So this trip was practically actually approved for me, which is really sweet. Shout out to Larry, local player who I was touched with, and it's really nice. I'm glad you got on Salamangreat. Shout out to Kyle for being here as well. Shout out to Joe, who's not in the room right now because, you know, he's a great guy and he played the deck with us and he tested with us a bit. Shout out to John, Marcus' friend, just coming on a trip with us, learning to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And then, yeah, shout out just to everyone.
Shout out to Vegas.
Yeah, shout out to Vegas. Shout out to everybody, like my locals
Liquor.
back in Cincinnati.
2 liquor.
Shout outs to everything. And I'm just glad. Like, all in all, I had a great trip, good fun, and we're going to have a vlog of how the trip is. And is it worth it to go to the UDS? Yeah,
I would say yes.
I would say yes. It's a very
Spoiler
enjoyable
alert.
experience, but it's very competitive. Okay.
Biggest UDS yet too.
It is the biggest UDS yet. All right, and that's just